Oh, what is GXWrestleCast, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 207 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And when there's a big ol' week of pay-per-views and PLEs, I'll be doing separate pay-per-view PLE reviews, so I'll be doing, what the heck is it even? I don't even know the names of them anymore. There's so freaking many of them, but I'll be doing those in a separate pay-per-view review, and this is the weekly recap, so let's get into it. I'll be tossing in Saturday night's main event. They'll be coming after SmackDown, so let's get into it. Starting off with Monday Night Raw. They are in Greensville, South Kakalaki, South Carolina, and we're kicking it off with Logan Paul cutting a promo. Claims he will beat Jey Uso this Saturday and be the new world champion. Yawn. The crowd is chanting yeet at Logan, and this pisses him off. Paul has knocked out Jey Uso 3 times already. He only needs to do it one more time, and it'll actually count for something. Gunther cuts off the YouTube star. Logan's confidence impresses Gunther, but it also offends him. Gunther thinks Logan as champion would be good for business. I mean, yeah, but no. Gunther says he's gonna tear Logan apart if they fight each other. Gunther leaves while Logan screams and yells about it. Jey Uso appears, rocks Logan with a super kick, and Jey sends Logan a message before Saturday night's main event. Personally, I think I would like to see Logan get absolutely chopped down like a Christmas tree by Gunther. That would be very entertaining. But, I mean, so it would be good for business in terms of, like, yeah, you're going to get all those YouTube views and all those, whatever Logan's fans, they're going to, if they're not already, coming over to WWE and starting to watch it. Do we really need those people? I don't know. They're probably fine. I don't know any of them. Let's move on. We got Roxanne Perez is officially a member of the Monday Night Raw roster full time. That is amazing. And on top of that, Julia, she joins the SmackDown roster. So that's sick. Kind of a passing through for Julia in NXT. Did she even win the championship? She might have for a quick second there. But yeah, they brought in a good flux of new ladies into NXT, and they kind of had to rush them because there's too much talent in that women's roster right now in NXT. So not really surprised that they have launched off a few of them already but Roxanne was ready to go. She's ready, and I'm very excited to see where she goes. All right, we got Paul Heyman warning Jey that Braun Breaker is going to slow down Jey's momentum. Part of the long-term plan, allegedly, for Seth to claim back his world championship. All right, well, yeah, you're going to have to beat the champ, become the champ. Makes a lot of sense. Up next, we got a tag team match, playa. It is AJ Styles and Penta teaming up against JD McDonough and Finn Balor. We got Carlito Shenanigans smashes AJ into the ring post. How ya doing? McDonough ended with a Mexican Destroyer on the floor. That's enough for him. Grande Americano appears out of nowhere, headbutting Penta with the steel plate again. Finn hits the coup de grace, and the Judgment Day win. Really good opening matchup right there. AJ and Penta, their usual awesome selves. McDonough, fantastic selling. Just Carlito, you're screwing around too much. You're going to get hurt. 7.5 out of 10. We got Becky Lynch, cuts off Io Sky's interview. Becky bragging that she has never lost to Io before, teasing a potential match for another day. And yeah, I'm all down for that. That'll be fine. We get Seth Rollins speaks to Logan Paul about his opportunities to win the title, all thanks to Seth Rollins. So, okay. We get a triple threat for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Here we go. It's Becky Lynch versus Roxanne Perez versus Natalya. It's a lot of talent. We get Perez and Becky, awesome duel of submissions and pinfall counters. Just, that's some good shit. Thumbs up. We get a cool sunset powerbomb situation. Natty locks in the double sharpshooter. Sharpshooter. Becky escapes, hits Natty with the manhandle slam. Becky pins, but out of nowhere, it's Lyra. She pulls out the referee and just starts hammering down on Becky. Roxanne hits Natty with the pop rocks to qualify for Money in the Bank. Oh, that's a banger right there. Loved all those counters that were going on. Just really back and forth, fast counters. Good shit. Great technical wrestling from all three. Lyra got a big pop when she was beating up on Becky, so she's starting to get over. All right. And Roxanne, big pop for the win. So that's awesome. Even though she's a heel, she's an unreal worker. She's excellent in the ring, and she is getting recognized for that by the crowd there, so that's nice. And we get Pat McAfee randomly breaking down Michael Cole, getting his ass kicked by John Cena, gets covered in barbecue sauce, and he is sprayed with a real fake extinguisher. This all occurred in 2012. I was not watching wrestling at that time, with, the fact that the show was putting me to sleep every week, Vicky Guerrero, the Raw random GM crap, Michael Cole as a heel, like all those things accumulated to me. Just stop watching wrestling for a few years there. Anyway, that was semi-entertaining. We get The New Day telling Adam Pearce that his office smells like midlife crisis. I thought that I'd throw that in because it made me giggle. We move on. It is Sheamus versus Grayson Waller with Austin Theory. Crowd is cheering for Theory. He's not in this match. He's just standing there, but that's good sign for Theory. He's definitely shaken off that stigma of being, the McMahon chosen one. That was not good for him, but he is shaking it off, and it looks like, he's rebounding quite well. Sheamus is slapping Waller absolutely silly. Hilarious, making me giggle, thumbs up. Sheamus with the anti-air knee put Theory into an interesting backpack choke. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it was something different. Sheamus pulls out the Irish smile on Theory, just torturing him. Or not Theory, Waller. Theory tries to beat... I keep saying it's Theory, but it's not Theory. It's Waller tries the beats on Sheamus. That goes poorly. Waller takes the beats, decides to quit the match. He's like, I'm done. Took like one, and he's like, nah, I'm good. Theory stops Waller, who then gets dragged back in the ring for more punishment by Sheamus. Sheamus with the brogue kick, pins, and wins. Good entertaining match right there. Always fun watching Waller get wrecked by Sheamus. I don't know, I forget what Sheamus did, but he did something on the apron, and he definitely got a nasty pinch on his bum, because there's a nasty mark there. But good match, 7 out of 10. We got Gunther and Seth have a backstage chat. Seth impressed with Gunther's reign as world champion. Gunther claims to be the long game in WWE, not Seth Rollins. Well, Rollins warns if Gunther wins back the title, he will be a target. Gunther looks forward to Seth trying. Yeah, you go for it. All right, pretty cool. We got the next triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier for the women. Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane, who is returning, versus Zoe Stark, who's also returning. Oh my goodness, a whole bunch of returns. Zoe, dropkick goes bad, and she injures her knee. Oh, fuck. I've seen this injury before, and not good. Ripley and Sane continue the match. Mommy with the mean anti-air dropkick. Rhea using her knees blocks the insane elbow. Riptide connects. Rhea Ripley qualifies for Money in the Bank. Oof, okay, well, good to see Kairi Sane back, and geez, you just got to feel absolutely terrible for Zoe Stark right here. And I get nervous because of all those recent releases, seemingly to be injury related. I know there's some other thoughts and theories as to why they got released, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But this is another injury for Zoe, and it doesn't look like a good one. It looks like she really fucked her knee up there, which is not good. So it looks like a long recovery, which, again, devastating. I love Zoe Stark. I think she's awesome. But hopefully it's not a bad injury, but it looked bad. So yeah, solid match though. We get Tozawa demands that Adam Pearce give him a match versus Rusev. Pearce reluctantly books the match for next week. Video promo from Rusev pretty much says he is going to bathe in Tozawa's blood next week. And, he's also the Son of Thunder now. So I didn't know. But hey, Rusev's dad is Thor. So that's pretty cool. We move on. Finn Balor decides it is time for a new member for Judgment Day. What the fuck, bro? Fucking Dom and Liv been pushing for it. Raquel's been pushing for it for weeks. And now it's time. Oh, it's Roxanne Perez? Oh, all right. Never mind. We good. Dom and Raquel, not a fan of the decision, though. Liv is going to be pissed. She's not here right now. She's doing a movie, but when she gets back, pissed. Perez breaks the ice with some gifts. We get some chicken nuggies for Dom and some gorgeous apples for Carlito. I'm an apple man myself, and those things look gorgeous. Raquel tells Roxanne to beat it, and she's telling Liv on Finn. So, yeah. Sidebar, I'm so happy for Roxanne right here. This is one of the best spots to be in right now in WWE. Judgment Day's been killing it for a long, long time. And is there the potential for Roxanne. I saw those lovey-dovey eyes towards Dom right there. Are we going to have another one of these situations where Dom crushing it with the ladies right now? And is Roxanne interested? Is Dom interested? Very, very interesting. I'm interested, for sure. Main event time. It's Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. Breaker, super fast lariat. Jey, awkward landing off of a suplex. He's okay. Breaker, clothesline off of the apron, crashes hard over the table. He has been doing that a lot. Jey, impressive pop-up Samoan drop. The break-in Steiner connects. Spear is blocked with an Uso super kick. Heyman trips up Jey. Oh, you son of a bitch. Heyman takes off his jacket. He is looking for a fight. What the fuck? It's a trap. Rollins jumps Jey from behind. Match is disqualified. Boo! But a pretty good main event, though. Breaker looked like an absolute beast, and nobody loses, so, win-win. Sami Zayn arrives to help Jey. CM Punk shows up to a huge pop from Greenville. Like, my goodness, Greenville loves themselves some CM Punk. Brawl begins all over ringside and into the crowd. Jey gets up, only to get dropped again by Logan Paul. Ugh, there's that fourth knockout punch, and that's how we end the show. A really good Raw this week. I love the newest member of Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez. That is going to be awesome. Strong wrestling throughout. Very, very unfortunate about Zoe's injury. Hopefully she's okay. Logan doing well. Just kind of feels like he's in the way of Gunther and Jey Uso. Like they're just obviously we got to get the Logan Paul's name on Saturday night's main event. So we'll wedge him in here and then we'll just move on from it. Main event was good showing for Breaker, building up some sort of tag team match, I'm guessing here, maybe Punk and Zayn versus Rollins and Breaker at some point. I don't really care for it, but alright. 7.5, fun. Let's go now to NXT. They're not on the road, are they? No, I think they're still at home. We start off with Ricky Saints. He joins commentary to watch the number one contenders match for the North American Championship. It's also a triple threat. Javon Evans versus Sean Legacy versus Ashante, the Adonis. Ashante, nice twisty dive. Javon pops the crowd with a nice 2-for-1 dive. There you go. Javon, sweet super Rana kick combo thingy with a flip. Legacy, lovely springboard 450, breaks up the pin. Ethan Page jumps Ricky on commentary. Brawl breaks out. Javon wipes out everyone with a big old dive. Sean Legacy avoids an Adonis. I think that's his finisher. I don't know. He avoids Adonis, I guess. Hits a really badass finisher. No idea what it was. It was cool looking, though. And he gets the big dub. That's a banger right there. Opening with a banger. Great high-flying action from all three men here. Even Ashante, who we don't get to see a whole lot of, but he was good. Sean was very impressive. And we get the LFG winners. If you don't want to hear this, spoiler alert, but the winners are Tyra May Steele and Jasper Troy. And they have signed their NXT contracts, and cool. I have not watched any of the LFG stuff. I have not had time. I want to watch it. I haven't been able to squeeze it in. And now it's time for a live rap performance from Trick Willie. And it was not bad. The crowd was starting to get into it. Booker T was loving it. It was a rap performance. Not for me, but it was fine. We get Briggs. He says he misses Inamura and is dedicating the match to him. Aw, that's how sweet. I miss him too, bro. I miss him too. Josh Briggs versus Sean Spears with the culling cheap shot. Spears rolls up Briggs to steal the win. An okay match. Culling jump Briggs after the bell. Here come Hank and Tank to make the save. No Inamura. I thought maybe he would be summoned, but no, not yet. I didn't say that. We move on. Thea confronts Tatum about her attitude. Tatum says she's lost everybody. Jada Pinkett attacks Thea out of nowhere and calls Tatum stupid. It made me laugh. So I'm sorry, Tatum. You're not stupid, but the way she said stupid, killed me. We move on. It's Chase Hughes, Uriah, and Kale with Mr. Chase versus ODM, Price, and Nima on their return. ODM absolutely run through the Chase Hughes students for a dominant win. A glorified squash match pretty much right there. Not a lot of the Chase Hughes students. And Mr. Chase not loving the performance out of his students. They got to do better. We move on. Miles Bourne and Oba Femi, final face-to-face. Oba commends Miles for making it this far, very impressed. Oba won't let Miles have the Disney ending at Battleground. No way, Jose. Bourne is used to being counted out. Miles will complete the Disney ending and beat Oba 1, 2, 3. Good interaction right there, nothing crazy. I don't like when these don't end in brawls, but it didn't, so oh well. But here comes Jasper Troy. He'll make a brawl happen. Drive-by attack on the champion Oba Femi. Miles chases off Jasper, holds Oba's championship for a little bit, and then he gives it back. You got to take a look at that thing when you're holding it. You never know. You may never touch it again. Jasper teasing a main event program with Oba already, so very interesting. Why not, I guess? I haven't seen anything of the guy, but, I was thinking that I don't think they wanted to make the same mistake that they did with Tough Enough and bring in, all green people that have no background. They're going to, build you up from the ground up. Now, we're going to get some people that have the skills already and just kind of see who's the best and then give them an opportunity. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out. We got Ethan Page and Ricky screaming at each other in Ava's office. Ava's pissed. Tells Ricky he's defending against Ethan Page next week. Ooh, I really like Ava Rain right here. She was very hot and spicy. I like this. Keep it up. We get Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley with Fatal Influence. Fallon swings around the post to deliver a kick. Rather cool. Jane causing a ruckus. Fallon pushed into her friend. Lola backfist KOs Fallon for the win. Solid fight, nothing crazy. Fatal Influence on life support right now. That breakup has to be coming, right? They already lost. One of them got released. Now, these two can't get along. They don't seem to like each other, and they keep losing. So, let's save Fallon Henley, because I think she's fantastic. All right, Stephanie Vacour interviewed, discussing her hard road to get to the WWE. She had a tryout. I think she said it was in 2018, didn't make it, and hit the indies, did the thing, and made herself a fucking, someone to know, and here she is, doing the damn thing. Steph talks about her opponent, Jordan Grace, the champ, confident she will retain at Battleground. Yeah, just some nice backstory for Steph right here. I dig it. We get Dark State, a little video here, tells us how dangerous and scary they are. Oh, they're so scary and dangerous. Pretty all right from everybody. Just not Cutler. I'm not feeling Cutler. He doesn't have he's a little bland. He's a little bland, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the flair of the other members. We go to the next match. It's Kalani Jordan versus Zarya with Ruka. And if Kalani wins this, she'll get a shot at the championship that Ruka has. The North American, if you will. Kalani caught and slammed hard into the barricade. How you doing? Ruka catches Zarya, gives a little pep talk. Lonnie ain't having that shit. She kicks Soul into Zarya. A little bit of a situation building there. Ruka accidentally hit with a Zarya spear. Oh, jeer. Lonnie roll up, snags the big win. Oh, yeah. Kalani earns a title shot versus Soul Ruka at Battleground. Oh, that could be a great match. Really good competitive match right here. 7.5 out of 10. And gotta ask the question now. Will Zarya turn on Ruka? They've, they kind of have a sporadic friendship, sporadic tag team. They seem to mesh well, but, some clashing of ideas. Soul wants to be a defending champion. Zarya wants the championship to mean something. Can't just be handing out title shots to everybody. So will that lead to them breaking up? I don't want them to, even though they're in a sticky situation. Ruka is a singles champion, but I really like them as a tag. They're a really good tag team together, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Joe Hendry, live performance. Oh, buddy, I love the old footage of Trick and Mello in the haunted house from back in the day. I completely forgot about all that stuff. Really funny. Thumbs up for that. The song was funny, of course, from Hendry. Always got his funny lyrics. Trick doesn't think it's so funny, though. He interrupts the performance to call Joe average. Trick pops Hendry in the mouth, and then Hendry returns, blast Trick's legs with a guitar. That looked hella painful. Even if it's a fake guitar, still, he got blasted. Thumbs up. Joe hits a big old choke slam, holds up his TNA championship to end the show. Good variety this week. A couple of good live performances, different music on both, solid video packages, some pretty good wrestling throughout, and storyline building for Battleground. Good show. 7 out of 10. And we'll go now to SmackDown. They're in Savannah, Georgia. Okay. Tiffy cuts a promo letting letting whoever wins Money in the Bank know that they will not be cashing in on Tiffy, at least successfully. You may cash in on me, but you ain't gonna beat me. Alexa Bliss arrives to introduce herself to the champion formerly. Alexa warns Tiffy about the eventual downfall that comes with being a champion. Charlotte Flair butts into the conversation with her fireworks and shit. Flair claims she will win Money in the Bank. Loud, consistent boos for Charlotte right here. Tiffy calls Flair and Bliss vintage, drops some catchphrases, and then drops the mic and leaves. Clearly, nobody wants Flair to win. That's obvious. And yeah, I don't want her to win either. Fuck that shit. And the fact that she's pushing, like, oh, I've never won it before, which scares me. I hate when, they come out and like, oh, this is the only thing I've never won, so obviously they're going to win it at some point, but if they do it this year, it's going to be a big mistake, man. Nobody wants anything to do with Charlotte right now. She's just got to play it cool, man. Like, just kind of stay out of the spotlight, stop trying to hog the spotlight, take it from everybody. Just chill out there for a little bit. You don't have to be involved in championships. You don't have to have a championship every 3 seconds. Just chill, and maybe people will start to respect you again. We move on. It is the Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat. It is Julia making her SmackDown debut versus Charlotte Flair versus Zelina Vega. Flair nails a 2-for-1 moonsault, gets a near fall. Julia catches Flair in the rings of Saturn. Zelina, nice code red, almost snags the win. Figure 8 gets broken up by a Julia top rope stamp. Northern Lights driver connects. Julia wins her SmackDown debut and qualifies for Money in the Bank. Oh, thank goodness. Pretty good scramble here. A little bit sloppy in between spots. Not the cleanest transitions. Not much chemistry, I can feel here between the three in this match. There were some good spots. Charlotte didn't get pinned. It was Zelina that got pinned. So there could be a future title match between Julia and Zelina. They could definitely do something with that. But yeah, it was fine. 7 out of 10. We move on. It is Chelsea Green trash-talking Zelina backstage. This sparks a big old brawl. Aldis makes a match about it because that's what he always does. Now we got Ciampa with Gargano versus Sabin with Shelley. Sabin planted hard on the apron. Candice with this sneaky cheap shot to Sabin. Gargano running knee strike picks up the win. Really solid match. Some big bumps. Nothing crazy. We get Priest and Drew's brawl spills out to ringside. Priest plows through security to get at Drew, and the hatred at this point are at peak levels. These two meet in a steel cage at Saturday night's main event. We get Jacob Fatu telling JC Mateo he doesn't like or trust him. Solo keeps things calm for now, but yeah, man. I mean, I could honestly see like JC and Fatu like teaming up together and turning on Solo because like maybe they're sick of him. That would be an interesting twist, but I don't think they'll do that. Now we got the Secret Hervis, Piper and Fire with Chelsea versus Michin and B-Fab. Michin, nice backflip DDT off of Fire, fuck yeah. Zelina attack screen on the outside, causing a ruckus. Eat defeat neckbreaker combo. B-Fab and Michin pick up a win. Yeah, standard tag match, nothing crazy. Green and Zelina's feud moving along. Again, nothing too crazy there, just standard stuff. We get Street Profits burying Fraxium backstage. Bloodline walk by, they're staring down the tag champs, potentially teasing a match at some point down the road. Now we got Fatu and JC Mateo teaming up with Solo versus Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. Jimmy pulling out a desperate whisper in the wind. Jimmy super kick spear combo. Solo distracts Jimmy, who misses the splash. JC tour of the islands on Jimmy and the Bloodline win. Really strong performances from Fatu and Phoenix. I think those two would have a fantastic match I feel like they've already had a match, but another one would be good. Solid tag match. We get R-Truth. He tells us what's up. Truth doesn't recognize John Cena anymore. Oh dear. John changed after all the power got to his head. Truth compares John to Gollum, his precious championship. Pretty good, I like that. Truth knows that Cena isn't happy and wants to ruin everyone else's happiness. Truth needs to save his hero even if he's got to whoop Cena's ass to do it. And if Cena wins, we riot. Oh, buddy. That was one of the first pay-per-views I got to actually rent outside of WrestleMania, and that one was one to remember. Holy fuck. ECW One Night Stand 2006. Unbelievable. Great promo here from R-Truth, though. Thumbs up. We got another Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat. It's Mr. Black versus LA Knight versus Shinsuke. Knight and Black working together to remove Shinsuke for a little bit. Black and Shin exchanging stiff strikes with each other. Shin runs into a Black mass. Knight throws out Black, steals the pin and the win. Knight qualifies for Money in the Bank. Yeah, good match. Shin and Black actually have some chemistry, which it's pretty fucking hard to find people with good chemistry with Shinsuke, so they should probably explore that and, do that. 7 out of 10. We get The Miz laying out a game plan for Mello. Hayes is slightly annoyed, but they're still doing okay. Main event time. WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford defending against Fraxium, Frazier, and Axiom. Together, Fraxium. Fraxium dive train connecting multiple times. Fraxium superplex golden ratio combo. We get a near fall. No friggin' way. Profits Doomsday Buster. Frazier makes an epic save. Frazier with the super Spanish fly, Phoenix Splash combo, and Ford makes the crazy save. Thumbs up, why not? DIY run down, and DIY, the Guns. They fight off DIY, so it's all good. Ford goes for the splash, but the lights go out. Oh dear. It's the Riot 6. They're back, and they appear in the ring. Profits get attacked, and the match is disqualified. Boo! Boo. But still, even with that finish, banger of the main event. Unfortunate finish, but it was also a huge return, so it blocks itself out. We're all good. Fraxium and Street Profits, awesome as always. They gots to revisit this. Give me another rematch. Put a ladder in there. I don't know. Steel cage, something. I don't know. But 8 out of 10. The Wyatt 6 attack everyone in sight, seemingly being heels. Frazier choked out by Uncle Howdy. Gargano hit with a Sister Abigail. And yeah, welcome back Wyatt 6. And yeah, it looks like they're going to be heels, even though people like them because, it's honoring Bray. It's a Bray Wyatt thing, so people don't want to boo it. But they're heels. They're heels, so we're supposed to boo them, so boo them. All right, good go-home SmackDown highlighted by the main event and Big Wyatt 6 return, fluffing up the Saturday Night main event matches. Our Truth good promo on Cena. More additions for Money in the Bank. Very happy that Charlotte is not going to be in it. Thank goodness. 7 out of 10. All right, let's do Saturday night's main event. We're not going to do Collision this week because there's just way too much wrestling this week. I got to cut something out, so it's going to be Collision. That's the bottom. So we'll go to Saturday night's main event in Tampa, Florida. We started off with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman versus Sami Zayn and CM Punk. Breaker flying clothesline Sammy over the table. That's a nasty looking bump. Punk pulling out a code red. I don't know if I've ever seen him do that. Sammy with the sweet tornado DDT. Heyman trips up Sammy, preventing the haluva kick. Out of completely nowhere, Punk gets obliterated through the barricade by Bronson Reed. Oh, I absolutely popped. I lost it. Breaker super spears Sammy. Rollins and Breaker wins. Hell yeah. Breaker spears, super spears Sammy. Rollins and Breaker grab the win. If that didn't make sense. A pretty good energy-filled tag match. It was fairly short. But Bronson, I thought this guy was gone. I thought he got released. So yeah, I was over the moon surprised when I saw him back. Bronson stares down Rollins and crew. Bronson hugs Rollins, joining forces with Seth Heyman and Braun Breaker. Bronson proceeds to destroy Punk some more, making me very happy. He absolutely squashes him with a nasty-looking senton. Hell yeah, welcome back, Bronson. Very, very happy. We got the Women's United States Championship match. Selena Vega defends against Chelsea Green with the Secret Hervis. Selena takes a mean powerbomb on the floor. That just looked brutal. And then Selena, my girl, with the butt ugly 619, drawing some jeers from Tampa. Oh no. Vega super code red retains. A bit of an oof, this match right here. Not Selena's best. Kind of sloppy, clunky match. Let's just kind of forget about this one and we'll chalk it up as a mulligan. We'll do better next time, okay? John Cena versus R-Truth is up next. Truth comes out to John's music, dressed up like John Cena. I love it because John came out before, and he's not doing the classic scene. He's doing the ruining wrestling thing, belt on backwards, no pizzazz. He just walks down, and yeah, R-Truth came out all pizzazz, jumping around, and awesome. Thumbs up. Cena with the cheap shot to Truth from behind to start the match. Truth nails the Cena combo. We get a near fall. Truth locks the STFU in, but John is able to escape. Cena grabs the belt but decides not to use it. It's a trap. Instead, Truth is taken to Dick Kick City, nailed with an FU, and Cena wins. A serviceable match. It wasn't bad, but it was very standard, nothing really crazy. Then Cena brains Truth with the belt, then leaves. Poor Truth. You can't always meet your heroes, man, because they will apparently smash you in the face with a golden belt sometimes, so watch out. We got Cena and Jey Uso. They see each other backstage. John puts the pressure on Jey, saying losing to a YouTuber would ruin wrestling. So, oh shit, planting a seed right there. Is John gonna fuck around later on tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Because up next, it's the Steel Cage match. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Drew brings in some chairs into the cage. Drew torpedoes Priest headfirst into the cage. Kind of shocked there's no blood there, but no blood. Drew superplex Claymore combo. Priest somehow kicks out. I have no idea how. Priest hits a Claymore. Drew hits a South of Heaven because we're swapping finishers now. Mac Daddy misses the Claymore into the chair. Oh no. Priest guillotine Drew in neck first into the chair. That thing hits a South of Heaven. Damian wants to do more damage, so he hits a concerto. My goodness. Drew is Dunyan rings. Priest walks out of the cage door, which really pisses off Jesse Ventura on commentary. Whatever. Good battle in the cage right there. But, I'll go with a solid battle. Didn't use the cage all that much. No blood, which I feel like is a must in a cage match. Priest looked really strong. Drew was fine. I don't like, they kind of cheap out with the steel cage a lot, and they do the superplex, right? But it's no higher or different than a regular superplex, the same height. They're not going up onto the cage. They're just it's making the superplex easier because you can kind of balance them against the cage if you need to. So that never impresses me. They always make it like it's a big thing, but I'm like, nah, man, you got to jump off that cage or do something. And I am kind of on Jesse Ventura's side with this one, walking out of the cage. Normally I'm fine with it, but not the way that Priest did it in this match. He walks out, goes down the steps, looks back, thinks about it, looks back some more, thinking about it, and then he just walks out. And you're like, well, fuck, if you were going to do all that, just walk out then. Geez. Or if you were going to, just climb out. It was refreshing to see someone actually exit the cage because they rarely do that anymore. It's always a pinfall in the cage. No, I want it to be you have to escape. Can we do that for a change? Yeah, I'm with Jesse on this one, 6-5 on that match. Drew needing assistance also to leave the ring, so he got beaten up pretty good. And now it's main event time. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Jey Uso defends against Logan Paul. Jey counters Logan's buckshot with a super kick. Logan knockout right connects, but Jey is able to kick out. Jey nails the frog splash, and then Cena out of nowhere pulls out the referee, begins beating down Jey. Cody Rhodes returns for the first time since we haven't seen him since Mania. He's here, chasing off Cena. Crossroads on Paul. Jey spear splash combo, pins and wins, and retains. How the fuck wasn't that a DQ though? Oh my god, there was so much shit, and the referee saw a lot of that. Come on. Oh well, doesn't matter. Shenanigans, I think, made this match better, so it is what it is. And that's it. Not a must-see show by any means, I would say. Best thing was Bronson Reed coming back, in my opinion. Steel Cage was solid. It was all right. Selena had a stinker, and we're not going to talk about it. Everything else was just solid. Our Truth versus Cena was exactly what I expected. Yeah, it was okay. 6 out of 10. Yeah. Let's go to the land of AEW finally. Let's get to Dynamite and finish her off. They're in Albuquerque. Oh, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where Bugs Bunny always forgot to take that left turn. All right. Owen Cup finalists Adam Page and Will Ospreay face to face. Will offers Hangman a beer as a peace offering. Ospreay wants their match to be the main event at Double or Nothing, and it should be. Will wants to wear the gold when they go to his home country for Forbidden Door. Hangman says he needs to win the Owen. I needs it. Page needs to get the belief back from his family and the fans. Ospreay tells Hangman he's lost the respect of the locker room. Well, Will tells Hangman he's got his back after the tournament and hopes Hangman will return the favor. Some beers are drunk. Long stares are shared. Great segment right here. Kind of righting the wrong that was Don Callis fucking up this moment last week or whatever. Thumbs up for that. Very passionate promos from both men. It's going to be a war at Double or Nothing, and it should be the main event. Absolutely. They got Ospreay got a little lost here. Like, he's calling out Hangman, and then 2 seconds later, he's like, I got your back, though. I'm like, what? Like, do you hate him or do you like him? What's going on here? Little lost right there, but the passion was there. The passion. All right, we got an All-Stars Trios match, because the Young Bucks are in it with Moxley and Marina Shafir versus Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Swerve with Nana. Swerve backflip over the rope splash and deadlift transition power slam. Get the fuck out of here. That's a thumbs up. Bucks nice assisted DDT in a risky business. Swerve with a vicious house call to Moxley, then a diving double stomp to the Bucks on the floor. Freaking awesome. Thumbs up. Hobbs, titties are out. He is on fire. Hits 3 spine busters. The Bucks hit each other with the EVP trigger. Swerve roll up, snags the win. Banger right there. Are the Young Bucks the secret ingredient to making a Moxley match watchable again? That was the best Moxley match I've seen in, I think, a year. Like, holy crap. Even like, he didn't really do anything all that much, but it was actually watchable with Moxley in it. Bucks, awesome tag team moves, strong performances all around. We get Death Riders attack after the bell as usual. Shibata arrives, clears house. Death Riders in the Elite regroup. Omega attempts to one-wing an angel, a buck through a table. I do not know which one. Claudio makes the save. Death Riders run into the crowd. Chickens. And Joe doesn't give a shit. We'll get the Death Riders tonight, he claims. Okay. We get MJF's official Hurt Syndicate contract signing. You better not fuck around on this one. MVP and Max are ripping Albuquerque because of their existence. Everyone signs one at a time, saving Bobby for last. Bobby getting cold feet. He reluctantly signs. Yay, it's official. Dustin and Sammy interrupt the moment. Dustin tells Maxwell he hates his face. I'll go with face. Dustin respects Montel, tells him to watch out for Max. Dustin lays down a challenge for Hurt Syndicate's tag titles at Double or Nothing, and it's official. That's going to go down. All right. We get Okada says he is the one who challenged Bayley to a title match at Double or Nothing. Trust me. That was a very funny moment. I forget why it was funny, but Okada. So, yeah. Anthony Bowens, the 5-tool player, if you will, with Billy versus Ricochet. Bowens' unique face buster, a rival mollywop combo sends Rico to the floor. Ref misses Ricochet using the golden scissors. We get the spirit gun, and Ricochet wins. Oh boy. Solid match. Ricochet entertaining heel shenanigans with the fans, as always. Briscoe appears with a stretcher. He rams Ricochet with it. Ricochet able to run away before he is froggy-bowed through a stretcher. And yeah, just a little preview right there for Sunday. We move on. Owen Tournament women's finalists Jamie Hayter and Mercedes Moné have their face-to-face. Hayter determined to prove she still got it, and she is the best. Moné, unfazed, calls herself the Beyoncé of wrestling. I can see that. Calls Hayter a glass doll waiting to break. I can see that. Moné brags about her 25-0 record and year-long reign as TBS champion, along with all her other championships she's got. Hayter tells Moné she's going to lose everything. I mean, eventually. Moné snaps, pops Hayter in the face. Hayter takes Moné's head off with a vicious Haterade, and that bitch was vicious. Toni Storm ends the fighting with her entrance to join commentary. Oh, that was a really good interaction before the finals. Moné, she really popped Jamie in the face really good, and I think Moné got her receipt with that Haterade. That was some good shit. Main event time. It is Mina Shirakawa versus Julia Hart. Julia misses a moonsault. She tweaks her knee. Shirakawa on the attack, rolling elbow back fist combo. Julia caught in a tight pin, cannot escape, and Mina wins. A solid competitive match. Main event, whatever. Julia attacking Mina. It's countered. Mina locks in a submission. Sky Blue kicks Mina in the face. This summons Tony from commentary to save Mina. Tony and Mina start fighting. Mina locks Tony into a figure 4 around the post, doing big damage. And yeah, Tony taking a lot of damage to her knees before Double or Nothing. That's definitely going to play into the match. But will it be enough? I don't think so. We get the Bucks. They get jumped by Joe and friends before they can leave the arena. A very, very long preview for Sunday happens. Gabe Kidd gets involved, and he definitely won't play a part in the match on Sunday. Oh, that's super annoying. Kenny and Swerve get put through tables, and yeah, it's a very long preview. Like, you guys probably played through like a third of your match that's going to go down, so should not have went on that long, but there you go. A strong start to this show, a passionate promo from Ospreay and Hangman, banger trios match, and then the show just lost steam after that. So many attacks after matches. Freaking annoying, man. Like, after every single match, I swear to God, they do it every single match. It's really predictable, it's really annoying, and it's not working the way you intended to because you do it 100 times a week. You can't do that. Monet and Hayter, pretty good segment. I like that one. Hurt Syndicate contract signing was a contract signing, took forever. Dull wrestling after the opener, 6 out of 10. And like I said, no Collision. I'm not watching that this week. There's just too much wrestling. I will go blind. There's just too much. All right, 3 stars of the week. We got a shout out. Got to shout out Perez versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Their triple threat on Raw. Really good chemistry. Really strong technical wrestling all throughout. Perez showing why she is on the main roster. She is awesome. Now we get to the official 3 stars. 3rd star goes to Legacy versus Javon versus Ashante on NXT. Got some young flair right here. Lots of good high flying from all 3 men. Good enough for a 3rd star. 2nd star goes to Fraxium versus the Street Profits. The tag title match on SmackDown. Probably easily would have been match of the week if it just had a clean finish, which it did not. But, you know, I'm very optimistic these two are going to have numerous bangers with each other. Let's get a ladder involved. Let's get some crazy shit involved. Let's do more than just tag team matches. Good enough for a 2nd star. But the 1st star goes to the Bucks and Moxley versus Swerve, Joe, and Hobbs on Dynamite. They edge out the tag match because the Bucks actually made Moxley watchable for once. So they get a little slight edge right there. It's a banger of a tag team match. I mean, the Bucks are flying all over the place, doing their thing, looking amazing. Hell of a match. And there we go. That's the recap, everybody. Be on the lookout for the pay-per-view PLE reviews. Sadly, at this point in recording, I have not finished either of them. I'm on the final match of Battleground, so getting that, and I haven't even started, what do you call it? The Double or Nothing. I think that's the one they're doing. So yeah, I got a lot more wrestling to go. So be on the lookout for those reviews. I'll have them out as soon as I can get them out to y'all. So there we go. In terms of what else is going on with the podcast right now, I just did an episode on... what episode did I do? Oh, Oblivion. Did an episode, a little retrospective, and a remastered review, because the remaster just came out. That's what I played, but I also grew up on Oblivion, so it's a mix of a retrospective and a review. So go check that one out, especially if you like yourself some Oblivion. Next week, it's going to be Clair Obscur. I just finished it today, so yeah, it's fresh on the mind. So we're going to talk about Expedition 33 next week on the GamerCast, and then hopefully Final Fantasy VIII. I'll get that one done and do that. HockeyCast, we're going to be turning down a little bit on the HockeyCast because now hockey's almost over. We're 2 matchups left. One of them is just a no contest. Could very well be over tonight with a sweep. The other one's pretty good, but yeah, so we're going to probably start the off-season stuff now. We start talking about all the teams. We're going to go through all 32 teams, get a state of where they're at, where they're going, where they should go, and all that stuff. Start breaking all that down all summer long. That should be fun. And yeah, that's it. That's everything. All right, so you want to be awesome? You want to be even more awesome than you are right now? Make sure you're reviewing and sharing the podcast around with a few friends, maybe an enemy. Why not? And you can drop a comment on Spotify. You can do that now if you want a question answered live on the pod. Drop a comment on Spotify. I also upload all of these episodes to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos. You can check out all the links are in the description. Go follow along, subscribe on YouTube. And there's a Twitter page where I put up announcements as best as I can, let you know when the episodes are out. And yeah, another great place. You can send in comments, concerns, questions, all that great stuff. And there we go, everybody. One more time, you the best, and we'll be back again with some more GX Plus Cast.